Good morning, Brooklyn. How was your weekend? Actually, Brooklyn, did you go to the social on Friday? Oh, well, are you ready to finish the week and start your break? Something to look forward to. Good morning, Joe. Yeah, that's exciting. That's good. I'm happy for you. It's a it's good to be around your family. Yep. How you doing, Joe? Did you go to the social on Friday? How was it? Did you socialize? Oh, very good. I'm glad. I'm glad it was fun. So it was just kind of a chill thing. You had like snacks and you guys just hung out. Yeah, well, great. That's fabulous. I think it's really nice that they organize those kind of things for you guys. Yeah. Okay. Well, here in just a minute, we're going to talk about what we're going to do this week. Okay. Because it's our last week before break. Um, what I would like to do today is I would like for us to finish talking about this near future, right? Today for part of the class period. At the once we're done with this, okay, you guys, this is kind of important. So let me get your attention. Once we're done with this, I have a review activity with some of the key things that we've done in class. And it's not a quiz, it's not a test, it's not anything like that. It's simply a review. Okay. I mean, there are some points attached to it, but it's not meant to be a quiz or anything, which means you're going to be able to use any of the resources that we have in Canvas. Okay. And then of course you'll have work time in case you're missing any assignments today. Okay. So that's today. So it's kind of a busy day, right? So any questions about that first, you guys? Let me know. You can unmute, it'll go faster. And then on Wednesday, since we'll have a shorter class period, again, I'll give you time to, if you didn't finish that unit review, if you didn't finish any particular assignment or something like that, you'll have some work time. And then I want us to start looking at something that's cultural in nature in Mexico. And then we'll finish that up on Thursday. Okay, you guys. So that's kind of the basic layout for the week. Good morning, Arshad. So any questions about that? And yeah, I mean, it all depends on how long it takes us to get through certain things and all of that, and we'll adjust as we go, right? But that's the basic thing for the week. Okay. Good morning, Arshad. Okay. So let's talk about this near future thing. So we said that we're going to go, right? Or we're going to eat, or we're going to run, or we're going to talk, or whatever, right? And who remembers how many parts are in our quote unquote formula. Good, Brooklyn. How many things do we need? How many words, I guess, do we need to be able to say that we're going to whatever? Do y'all remember how many? Pop it in the chat. Jamarian, you remember how many you need? Because it's helpful if we can say, all right, I'm writing this sentence. Do I have all the parts, right? So if we know how many parts we need to have, then that helps us not make a mistake, right? So who remembers how many parts in our formula, quote unquote formula? Okay, all right. Well, you're right. There were 3 parts, right? 3 parts. So again, that's going to help us make sure that we don't miss anything when we're making a sentence. And what are the 3 parts, you guys? What is the formula? Who remembers? Y'all remember? You don't have to give me all 3 of them. You can give me 1 of them. You can give me 2 of them, whatever. And you can unmute. What are the 3 parts? I'm going to, sing. I'm going to dance or whatever, right? Okay, good, Brooklyn. The third one is the infinitive, right? Or the form of the in the original form of the action, right? Anybody else? What are the other 2 parts? Well, if I'm saying I'm going, what would be the first thing that I need? I need a form of what? I need a form of go. Isn't that right? I need a form of go. So that's our first part. And then what is our word to? Which is actually the second part, right? Our word to is ah, right? So going to, right, which is ah, and then our infinitive, whatever the action is that we're going to do. I'm going to dance, right? He is going to talk, whatever, right? So we have these 3 parts, and that's super duper important, right, you guys, that you can remember that there's those 3 parts and what they are, like I said, because it'll help you remember not to forget any of them, when you're speaking or writing something. Okay, all righty. So again, Arshad, I think I don't know if you heard what my plan was for kind of the rest of the week, right? But here it is up here. So this week, you guys, I want us to finish this on our near future, okay, which is what we're going to try to do today. Hopefully we'll have some work time in case you're missing anything in class. We're also going to start a review. It's not a quiz, it's not a test, it's nothing like that. But it's sort of a review of our 9 weeks. And then either Wednesday or Thursday or a combination of both, we're going to look at this kind of a crazy Christmas festival kind of a thing, okay? And it's about radishes. So it's kind of a crazy that we're going to connect radishes with Christmas, right? So stay tuned for that. Okay, so let's go back and see what we're going to do. I'm going to share my slide with you here in just a second. Okay. All right. So this is what we're talking about. Please let me have your attention, because if you couldn't answer about the formulas today, then this is something that you really need to get under your belt, because it's not ever going to go away. Okay. You're going to see it for the rest of the school year, et cetera, et cetera. And if you think about how we speak, even in English, I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to whatever. This is something that would be very helpful for you. Okay. So we're going to talk about our futuro próximo, or our near future, something that I'm going to do, not when I grow up necessarily, but something that I'm going to do here shortly. So we have this formula, right, you guys? So here it is here. Again, if you're weren't clear this morning, you can take a look at it now. So we need our form of ear, which is our go. That's number 1. Our word ah means to. right? And so that's our second. And then our third one is going to be the infinitive of the verb. In other words, the action. So so-and-so is going to whatever. Okay. And then remember we had voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. Okay. All right. So here's what it looks like. Jamarian, you with me? So Martín va a trabajar mañana. So Martin is going to work tomorrow. Right? So once again, we have our form of ir, we have our a, and then whatever the action is, in this case, it's going to be work. Okay. Yo voy a visitar mi abuela. I'm going, right, to visit my grandmother. So again, this is in our infinitive, right? Voy a visitar. Okay. So obviously we're not going to do all of these, right, you guys? But what I would like you to do is pick one. I don't care which one. Okay, everybody pick one. And following this example, because you have the formula up here. Okay, Juan va a caminar, right? Juan is going to walk. So you have your formula up here. So pick any one of these and then pop it in the chat. I'll give you a couple of minutes to think about it. Okay. I know it's early Monday morning, but that's all right. Arshad, did you get to go to the social on Friday? Very good, Brooklyn. So what do you think it means? All right, Arshad, Jamarian, pop your sentence in the chat, por favor. Very good. Very good, Jamarian. Arshad, how about you? All right, so now, once you put your sentence in, I'm going to twist it up a little bit. I want you to rewrite your sentence, making it negative. So do you remember what you're not going to do? So think about what you are not going. Okay. Very good, Arshad. So now rewrite your sentence in the chat, making it negative, please. Okay. Good, Jamarian. Good, Arshad. Okay, very good. So let's think about the logic, right, you guys? So if we are not going, right, then our no is going to go in front of what the fact that we're not going. Yeah, does that make sense? So it should be yo no voy, right? Or el profesor no va, because we're not going. That's the thing that we are negating. We're not going. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Muy bien. You guys did a great job. Great job. Okay. Let me yeah. It's always best to go with what your gut says, right? Okay. So I'm going to share up one more screen here. And first of all, let's just kind of take a look at some of these sentences, right? And these are all, you guys, in what we have learned, right? Like we took comer, present tense, and we know this would be nosotros, and so, comemos, right? These are all present tense verbs, okay? I'm going to underline them. Okay. Everybody clear about what I mean, present tense? In other words, it's things that we're either doing right now, things that we do generally speaking, right? Like my brother and I eat in the kitchen, right? I mean, it's something that we're doing, something that we do generally. My brother and I eat in the kitchen. Okay. We're not going to eat. It's what we do, right? It's what we're doing. So I would like for you guys, once again, to pick one of these sentences and rewrite the sentence using the near future formula. So basically, we're going to go from this that's present tense to near future. Now, the trick here is this verb is already conjugated, right? You're going to have to figure out what is the original form in order to use it, for example, in the near future. So let me give you an example. Okay. I know that comemos is comer in the original form. Yeah. So if I rewrite number one, okay, and I hope you all can see the bottom of my screen, I'm going to say nosotros. I'm just going to abbreviate, right? Nosotros vamos a comer en la cocina, right? So now we are going to eat in the kitchen. We're not doing it right now. We're going to eat. Okay, can y'all see down here at the bottom of my screen? Give me thumbs up if y'all can see that. Joe, can you see what's bottom of my screen? Okay. So you can't do number one, obviously. So you can pick any of the others and pop it in the chat. I would like for you to rewrite it from this present tense into the near future. Or should I just pick any one, please, and rewrite it in the near future? And pop it in the chat. Very good, Arshad. Jamarian. Brooke. Okay, Jamarian. Let's see. Yay, very good. Very good, Jamarian. Brooke, you got one? Just pop in the chat, Brooke. That's our scrap paper. No worries. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's look. So we had number 7. Okay. And hablan became hablar, right? That's our original form. Okay. So I hope you're all paying attention up here. So in the chat, they have ustedes van a hablar con sus amigas, which is absolutely right. Okay. So instead of saying you all are talking with your friends, it's you all are going to talk with your friends. Okay. All right. The next one I have up here was number 3. Get rid of this. Number 3. And in the chat, we have Clara, the text tool, Clara. I don't know if I have room up here, but I'll try. Clara va a mirar la televisión con sus amigas, right? So Clara is going to watch TV with her friends, right? So we got to remember how many parts, right, you guys? How many parts? We got to have 3 parts. A form of ear. The second part number 2, is the word to, yeah? And then our infinitive. So we always got to ask ourselves, do we have 3 parts? Okay. All right. Now I'm going to kind of, it's not a trick, but I'm going to try to take it up a notch. Okay. All right. So listen carefully. I'm going to change it my color just so we can figure out the difference. Okay. I want us to all, Jamarian, Brooke, whenever Arshad gets back, I want us to all look at number 4 and number 8. Okay, so we're looking at number 4 and number 8. All right. So let's try number 4 in the chat. Putting this into the near future formula. Try number 4, please. Okay, just pop it in the chat. And you think you have it. Okay. All right. So remember, we got to have 3 parts. We got to have 3 parts, right? We got to have those 3 things. We have to apply the formula. So how do we do that? Okay, so let me ask, Brooklyn, what verb is this? What does this word mean? Van. You can unmute if it's faster. What does that word mean? To go, right? So Aaron and David are going to the basketball court, right? Aaron and David are going, but we want to say they're not going right now, right? They're going to go. Does that make sense? Okay, they're going to go. So what would that look like? Well, if you can see the bottom of my screen down here, okay, I'm just going to say ellos to make it shorter. Ellos van, they're going. What's my second part, Brooklyn, of my formula? I have part number one, they're going. What's part number two? Okay, and then I need, what's part number three? I need the infinitive, right? So what is to go? What is the infinitive to go? What is the original form? Yeah, right. So you see how that works? So they're going to go to the basketball court. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Last challenge on this page is number 8. Jamarian? Usted está aburrido al parque. Usted, you are bored at the park. Right? Usted está aburrido al parque. You are bored at the park. And we need to be able to say, you are going to be bored. So how do we do it? Just pop it in the chat. Number 8. Okay, perfect, Joe Marion. All right, Arshad, see if you can rewrite number 8 down here in using the near future. Usted está aburrido al parque. You are bored at the park. We want to say you are going to be bored. Can you do that one, number 8, real quick? Okay, you're on the right track, Brooklyn. Está is our verb. So we need to know what is the original form of that verb, right? Very good, Arshad. Okay, so let's look at number 8 together, you guys. Let's just look at number 8. So it's going to be usted. Oops. Va a estar aburrido al parque, right? So you are going to be estar, right? That's our other to be. You are going to be bored at the park. Okay. So just know that sometimes, like in number 4, where it's van, or number 8, right? It's the verb can be a little tricky, right? But you have to remember that they work exactly the same as any other verb. You got to just go back to what the original form is. Okay. All right. Any questions there? Any questions there? Okay. All right, you guys. Good job. You guys are going to get a brain break real quick while I get my computer set up here. So give me 1 second. Arshad, you good? All right, give me a second. All right, I think this is going to work. I'm hoping it's going to work. All right, so take a look at my screen. my Zoom screen. Close these out. Okay. So at the very bottom, you guys, at the very bottom of Unit 6, that's where I need you to meet me in Canvas. Okay, at the very bottom of Unit 6. So with our verb to go, right, we've done this practice. We did the maze. And you also had this VHL assignment, okay? At the bottom of Unit 6, you're going to see something called a quiz. It is not meant to be a quiz. It is not. That's why it just says ripasso, which is a review. It says quiz because that's how it's input, you know, that's how it's created, but it is not a quiz. So please click here. Let me know if it does not open or whatever situation you may come across. Again, it says assessment. It's not an assessment. It's just, you know, the format. So there are 16 drop downs and 3 fill in the blanks. Okay. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if it opens for you, if it's all good to go or not. All right. So Brooke is in. Arshad, how about you? Joe Marion? Thumbs up, Joe Marion, if you're in. Yes. All right. So simple things, right? You match the statement to the image. Notice, you guys, these are in the near future. Okay, and that's section 1. Section 2, you fill in the blank with the correct form of ir, ah. Okay, notice right here, this is important because otherwise it's going to come up as wrong. Notice they already give you the verb in the infinitive, right? So you don't have to type that in. You just type in the correct form of ir, ah. Okay. Number 3 is the direct object pronoun. Okay. What is Carlos buying or whatever, you know, chicken, masculine and singular. Okay. Then we have our indirect object pronoun, like les, le, te, and nos, for example. Our parts of the body. And then those reflexive verbs, cepillamos, ducharse, levantamos, peinarnos, and vestirnos. So you'll need to fill in the blanks with the correct verb. So you have to be careful. Not only do you need to know what it means, but you need to know, do I need to have that reflexive pronoun or not? Okay. So I'm here to help. It is not an assessment, but it is a requirement, right? You guys, this is a good way to review all of the big things that we've done. You can use any resources in the resource library. You can use guided notes. You can use anything in any of the modules, okay, to help you. You can use me to help you. What I don't want you to do is go online because you have to solve the problem yourself, okay? You got to think it through on your own. Okay, any questions about what we're doing? All right, so we have roughly, you guys, a half an hour-ish or so or more to work on this, and that's really what I'd like to see. Okay, if you don't get it done today, that's all right. I don't mean for you guys to get it done today. Okay, that's not my intention. Okay, any questions about what we're doing? All right, feel free to make sure you stay in class. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'll be happy to give you some pointers, some reminders. Also, if you would rather use this time, if you have missing assignments in VHL or in Canvas and you would rather use your time to work on those as well today, that's fine. You will have time to do that on Wednesday. So you decide what you'd rather do. Okay. It's all about finishing up, you guys, before Wednesday. We got to have our work done by Wednesday at 4. So we want to make sure that that's what we've done. So while I'm thinking about it too, I forgot to mention this Ripasso score will not be added to your VHL score. It's going to be there'll be a separate entry in your grade book. Okay, you guys. So you'll see a separate entry for that score in your grade book. Okay. it try the resource library, because it might be whatever you're looking for might be easier to find there in terms of grammar, maybe not vocab, but you can try it. It's always a good place to start. Rashad, are you finished? Also, remember, if you can't remember if something is masculine or feminine, or do whatever, think about those patterns that we've talked about. Like if it ends in an O, it's likely to be masculine. If it ends in an A, it's likely to be feminine, right? You don't always have to remember, the meaning of the word or whatever. Sometimes the clue is right there in the word. let me know if you guys have any questions. Like I said, I'll be happy to help or help you find something. Marion, can you check the chat, please? Yes, Brooklyn. Marion, can you check the chat, please? Arshad, can you hear me real quick? Did you mean to send me the maze? Because it came over as blank if you did. Yep. So in the first one, pollo is masculine. In the third one, frijoles, right? Isn't that plural? Frijoles. Mm-hmm. And in the fourth one, naranjas is plural as well, right? And naranjas with an A, making it feminine. So it should be feminine and plural, right? Thanks for asking. Uh, leave that up on your screen, Brooklyn, and let me see what those are. Okay, give me a second. And I will show you. Give me 1 second. If you go to the resource library, okay, and take a look at my Zoom screen real quick, Brooke. Right here, it says Visual Guide Unit 5, Visual Guide Reflexive Verbs. visual guide Dolaire, visual guide Synthirce. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Does that make sense? Can y'all see that? Okay, perfect. See, that's why it's easier to just ask, right? Yeah. Arshad, can you check the chat, please? Hey, Joe Marion, check the chat, please. Okay, you guys, we have a we have a minute left. So please let me know if you have any last minute questions. On Wednesday, we will have some work time. Okay. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day. Reach out if you have any questions. Nos vemos miércoles. See you Wednesday. Adios, clase.